Hello, hello, how are you doing? I hope you're doing very well. I hope you're enjoying this very beautiful new year, a new decade that God has given us. I stopped by this afternoon to talk to someone. I want to encourage a woman, and I hope that woman is you. The Bible tells us a very beautiful story about a group of women. These women that followed Jesus from Galilee to Jerusalem. On the weekend, he was crucified. The Bible tells us that after the crucifixion, they laid him in a tomb, and they rolled a stone at the door of the tomb. But what I want us to note is that these women refused to be stopped. They did not allow the obstacle to stop them. And that's the message I bring to us on this page. I want us to know that as we travel through this new year, you cannot allow the obstacles to stop you. I'm here to speak to one woman, and I hope that woman is you. Refuse to allow the obstacles, the roadblocks, and all of those things. Refuse to allow them to stop you. So the story goes on, and this is so beautiful, and that's why I want to share this with you. The Bible tells us that the women saw the place where they laid Jesus. They saw the stone that was rolled in front of the tomb. And then they went home. They looked at that place and they knew that it was there. They knew the stone was there. But then early that morning, the Bible said early Sunday morning, these women got up and they began to walk towards the place, the tomb. They were walking, going to go and anoint Jesus' body, and they were talking to themselves along the way. They were saying to each other, who's going to roll away the stone for us? But the Bible said they kept on going. So as they were talking about the stone that they had seen, they kept walking towards the place. And so they didn't allow the stone. The fact that they knew that there was a hindrance there didn't prevent them from going there. And so I want us to do the same thing. So these women went to the tomb, and when they got there, they found that the stone had been rolled away. But I want us to note certain things about these amazing women. These women talk among themselves who will roll away the stone, but they kept moving to that place. They knew that something was there. They knew that a stone was there and they couldn't get to Jesus' body, but they still continued the journey. And I want to say that sometimes God allows us to see this obstacle, this thing that is standing before us, that is preventing us from getting into that place, getting into that position, getting into that relationship, getting into that new job. Whatever has called us to, we see the hindrance, and God allows us sometimes to see that obstacle because He wants us to focus on Him and not the obstacle. And that's what these women did. The women saw the stone, they saw the thing roll there in front of the door, so they couldn't enter. But they still got up early that morning and they went to the place. And when they got to the place, the stone had been rolled away. And so I want to say to us, I want to encourage somebody. I want you to know that the stone is there, but the stone is not big. God is bigger than the stone. The obstacle might be there, but you and I cannot allow the obstacle to stop us. We have to go forward. The women moved forward and they went inside. The Bible said they entered into the tomb. They entered in. So I want to say to you that you will enter. You will get to that place that God has prepared for you. You will enter that place. You will get to that place. You will be able to do exactly what God has called you to do. And you will see God in this thing. Because the women went and they experienced something. The angel was there and he spoke to them. He said, He is not here, He is risen. And so I just want to say to you today, I've come to encourage somebody. I want you to know that you have to move forward. You have to keep walking, keep going. And then you have to change what you say. Because we see that the women, as they were going, they say, who will roll away the stone? But when they got there, there was no stone. And so now we will not be walking as we journey through life and seeing who will do this. We'll speak in faith and say, it has already been rolled away. So it's no longer who will, but who has, because God has already done that. And so I've come by to just remind you and encourage you and let you know that you're not walking on a road that is just, all you're not alone on this road. God is there with you. He's gone ahead of you. He's gone ahead of us. He has removed the hindrance, and we just have to be sure that He has called us to that place, to that person, to that job, to that ministry, wherever it is. We want to just ensure that that's where He has called us. And when the stone and the obstacles and all those things present themselves on the road, we want to just proceed. We want to keep walking, because every road that God leads you on, If God is leading you down that path, the end of that road is always beautiful. And so please move forward. Please continue walking to that place because the God you serve has already removed the stone. And so God bless you as you continue walking, and I'll talk to you soon.